I just want to set the world on fire.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I am Nuke for Prayers and this is Fallout 4 Weapon Crafting with Mods. Today we have viewer suggestions. Now, viewer suggestions was going to be one really long video because of the amount that I made, and I decided to split it into two, which is why this has taken an extra day or two before it's actually come out. So I'm just going to get on with the video and I hope you enjoy. The first weapon today is the 10mm laser rifle. The 10mm laser rifle is basically a 10mm pistol that has been converted to look like a laser rifle, as someone asked if I could make a laser rifle that shot 10mm bullets. I don't know if they wanted the projectile to be bullets as well. If they want to have the laser like before, all they need to do is use the conversion part to change it into red laser, and it will still be a 10mm laser rifle, but the visual will be laser and it will do more damage as well. So it'll also do physical damage because of the 10mm ammunition. All in all, it's an easy weapon to make and it's an easy weapon to use because it is effectively the 10mm pistol. But I'm assuming because it's held like a rifle, it will use rifle perks. And the next weapon is the Wounding Kinetic Napalmer. I was asked if I could make a Napalmer or flamethrower that uses kinetic energy, so I got the telekinetic conversion. You could also use the Lorenzo mod instead of the barrel from the flamer. I was also asked that the perk of wounding should be on it, so I added that because of legendary mods. The final result is a weapon that is very overpowered, long distance, and I don't know if it ignites them anymore. I think it still does. I'm not quite sure. I didn't actually set anyone on fire during the recording, but I've not actually used the weapon for long enough to find out. All I know is that the weapon has ridiculous long range and it has ridiculous damage and it is just completely overpowered. While on the topic of flamers, I was also asked to make an arm flamer, kinda like my arm cannons and other weapons as such. This one I decided to make sure that there was a flame tank on the bottom and it actually pulls the flame tank out and puts it back on when reloading. The starting weapon here was a laser, so it does energy damage and requires cells in order to fire. I couldn't change that because of the conversion system. I used the large propellant tank. I could have used the conversion to change it into something else, but cells was probably the cheapest of the bunch. You could use plasma instead and have the green flame if you use the plasma conversion, if you really wanted to go with that instead, and then you could also use plasma ammo with the conversion in the magazine section. All in all, this weapon it has a kind of a cool spark effect when it hits targets, but it also has the flame as well, so it kind of makes a kind of firework effect in a way. It's a nice weapon to use, but it does have quite a bit of recoil. The next weapon is the Gauss arm cannon. The Gauss arm cannon was a request from someone where they wanted a Gauss arm cannon like my other arm cannons, but they wanted it to also have the ability to charge up the shot. So for the muzzle I used the antennae, the signal carrier antennae from the Gamma gun. I also used the compact stock from expanded weapon mods, and I used the deliverer as the base weapon just for the sound reasons, but you can also use the 10mm pistol. I wanted to go for a slightly different look, and I wanted to make sure that the boosting calls from the gauze rifle still remained, so at least it had some kind of resemblance to a gauze weapon. All in all, the weapon is quite powerful, it does quite a bit of damage, but it's not the most accurate weapon across a great distance. I'm not sure if using the 10mm pistol instead will actually make it more accurate, but it might make it a bit less damaging as a result. But I have to say, I do like the way he holds the weapon, his arm shakes while holding the weapon's charge. The next weapon is pretty self-explanatory, it's a long-barreled revolver. All I did was added the rifle barrel from the expanded weapon mods onto a revolver. Other than that, everything else is the same, but I must say this is a very fun weapon to use. It's quite accurate, especially when aiming down the barrel, and everything else is the same as a .44 revolver. I was asked to make a mini nuke sniper rifle, so I took the hunting rifle as a basis, and all I did was changed the ammo type to use mini nukes using the WMX mod and convert the ammunition to Little Man, as they call it. Basically, because the ammo for this is now mini nukes, it makes it very expensive to shoot, and I actually used console commands to get myself more nukes for this video. But because it is a weapon that you can shoot across, well, shoot a nuke across a great distance, I'd say that that's pretty fair, all in all. I've also been asked to make the laser SMG. The laser SMG uses the submachine gun as the base for its weapon, and it uses the WMX mod to convert the projectile fire into a red laser from the original bullets. Now, because a few of the weapons I've made have just been involving converting the projectile, what I decided to do was change the weapon to look like a UMP. But all you need is the WMX mod, and all that will do is change the submachine gun to fire red laser. As a weapon, it is pretty difficult to see shooting in distance sometimes because of the amount of flash from the red laser, but other than that, it's a pretty simplistic weapon and it is very useful in multiple situations. I was also asked to make a Gauss Pistol. Now, a Gauss Pistol I really like. I think this is a very nice weapon to use. What I did to make it was I had the 10mm pistol as the basis, I added the rifle barrel for the barrel from expanded weapon mods, used a laser capacitor for the receiver, a laser grip for the grip. I converted the ammunition to 2mm rounds, added the reflex sight from the Gatling, and then I used the conversion to gauze slugs. The final result is a very powerful weapon. I also ended up having a weapon that could shoot lots of times in VATS. So this weapon is very deadly in VATS, out of VATS, just in general use. You may not want to convert it to the 2mm like I did, you may want to use the 10mm instead, which will probably reduce the damage a little bit, but it will make it much more ammo efficient and much more usable in general purpose. The final creation today is the 50 caliber Gatling. It is very difficult to make weapons from the minigun or the Gatling laser, because the minigun does not change its appearance very well, where with the Gatling laser you can customize the appearance of the weapon, but it will still function like a Gatling laser. So to make this weapon I used the stock from a hunting rifle, the receiver from the hunting rifle as well. I used the 50 caliber, and that results in the weapon using 50 caliber ammo. I used the assault rifle barrel, and then I added the 10mm pistol suppressor. And the reason I added this was so that the red laser doesn't appear, and all that appears is the red laser impact instead. Finally, I added the double drum mag from the expanded weapons mods, which gives this weapon a ridiculous amount of ammo, and this clip is actually me shooting the weapon consistently until it runs out of ammo. Now don't worry if your weapon didn't feature in this video, it is likely it might pop up in the next one, which I hope to upload in a day or two. Now I apologise I didn't actually put the name of the people who suggested these weapons in the description or in the video, but I have gone through that many suggestions that I simply can't remember you all, so I really do apologise there. I get a lot more suggestions than I used to. But to end the video, I am going to fulfill a promise to one viewer, and that is to shoot the XY4 heads off the top of Trinity Tower while in God mode so that I don't have to reload it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.